what can they do beyond a group class or beyond taking one of our semi-private groups with Stronger, a bro lift, or maybe they're a personal training client here. They are putting so much hard work and effort in here, but how can we put those results to the test, right? Like, how does that come into play, and how can we get people to do that?
Good afternoon, everyone. PC here at Gravity and Oxygen. It's so wonderful to be back with my mans, Dylan Foss and Alfredo Lamour.
Let's do it.
Way cooler names than I've got. So we're here to talk about, here on Turf Talk Tuesday, how to apply or why you should apply all the hard work you do in the gym. Great subject. And we have two rock stars to discuss this subject. Guys, I'll let you lead off. What do you think about the reasons for applying everything we do inside of a gym?
I mean, there's multiple reasons. I think the fact that you are putting in hard work in and of itself, you're putting yourself through something, right? And everyone has different reasons for that. But most importantly, I know for myself, it's for life. So it's outside the gym. We got to basically take what we can do inside the gym in a controlled environment to be able to get ourselves ready for something external.
Correct. What do you think?
Right, same. I would definitely say for me personally, everything that you do inside the gym can also reflect what you do outside the gym as well. So for example, if you are a family man and you have kids at home, you can definitely run around for hours with your kids, but at the end of the day, you don't realize that half of the things that you do inside the gym can also help you prepare for those moments that you do at home with your kids or with your family, or even just simply walking up the stairs. And so things that you do inside the gym definitely reflects everything that you do outside the gym as well.
Of course. And I want to point out that this is your first Turf Talk with us.
This is my first one. This is my first one. They're going to kill me if I mess this up.
You had to cross
guys,
that bridge sometime.
Find me if you don't see me.
Exactly. Cool. So here's a profound thought. Gyms have not been around since the dawn of man. Whoever said you needed a gym? What did they do before there ever were gyms around back in the day? They threw stones. They threw spears. They rode horses. They crawled, they hiked, they climbed for natural resources. So there's no doubt that generations before us, hundreds of years before us, they were probably more functionally apt because there was no need for a gym in a confined space. The earth was their space, and they did whatever they could to A, survive, and then B, effectively live. Now through modern age medicine and technology and science, of course the average longevity of the human has increased, but it doesn't mean that we're necessarily as fit as our predecessors, correct?
No, that's a good point.
So a colleague of ours had said to us, why do we call exercise working out? Like, who says, oh, I love to go to work all the time, but we apply the term work to exercise. So he said, what if we called it play out?
Right.
So we do this because we enjoy it. It is hard effort in work, right? But let's rename it to play out. So if you are going to work out in a gym, the whole idea of what you do in a gym is to apply it outside and play, right? But that's for recreation activity, but also for daily life, like picking up your children, lifting luggage at the airport and the airplane, things like that.
I think too, we have so many people that come here for all those different reasons, right? And they do have fun while they're here, but what can they do beyond a group class or beyond taking one of our semi-private groups with Stronger, a bro lift, or maybe they're a personal training client here? They are putting so much hard work and effort in here, but how can we put those results to the test, right? Like, how does that come into play, and how can we get people to do that more?
Yeah. So since Alfredo's been with us, we've had a really good momentum cause to try and quantify someone's fitness. Using metrics, using certain tests. We do that often here in our facility, and we have programs to try and improve those metrics with our people. All right. So what are your thoughts about the idea of Dylan touched on quantifying someone's physical ability?
Definitely, you're able to visually see where you currently are right now, and so that's a very good base that you can start with. Because at the end of the day, if you don't know, especially when we're just talking about this, how do you know where you're going if you never know where you started from in the beginning? And so that's a great starting point to know exactly how far you want to go, or just the limits that you can reach just from where you are right now.
Of course. People come to a gym to exercise and get the rudimentary traditional benefits of physicality, right? Increase your cardiovascular endurance, be more mobile, increase your strength, all right? But they also are not so inclined to want to do those quantifying metrics. So coming up next month, we have the DEKA program, the Spartan DEKA, and the actual Spartan obstacle course race itself. A great opportunity for our membership and anybody who's an avid exerciser to find out what their level of physical ability is. But many people are timid about even registering because they feel that they're not ready. Touch on that.
Not ready for what? I mean, people walk marathons all the time. It doesn't mean you have to be ready to run it, and you have to be ready to finish in, sub 4 hours. That doesn't have to be where you are right now on your journey, and that is okay. You just have to understand that being ready means that you're more ready mentally than anything. You can put yourself through something mentally and gain from that in so many different ways by doing some sort of physical activity, some sort of physical test, whether it's doing a 5K, whether it's every month you give yourself a random Monday of the month that you go run a mile around your block and you figure out if your time's getting better or worse. And maybe it stays the same. Who knows? But at least you're monitoring that.
Right.
And that's okay if it does. So, I don't know.
Absolutely. It happens in sports every day. So you practice with a team or an individual sport, and then hopefully through repetition, you actually get better.
Yeah.
So we're pretty confident that if you are a consistent attendee of any gym, that you could probably complete this obstacle course coming up next month. You probably can do it better than those who don't come to a gym on a regular basis.
And even a better sports analogy, why do football teams practice 6 days a week if there's no game on Sunday?
Right.
What would be the point, right? That's your test. Nobody, I talk about Allen Iverson, talking about practice. No, this year doing workouts, it is, in a sense, it's practicing for something outside of a gym, outside of that specific time. And whether it's running a 5K, running a mile, doing our Fit Score benchmark day, or doing DEKAfit or DEKA Strong or the DEKA Mile, doesn't matter. Put yourself to the test.
Of course.
And honestly,
Please.
maybe it could possibly be a fear thing. It could probably be a situation to where you're so into your head about, wow, am I actually going to accomplish what I actually want to achieve, right? And so I will probably tell you it and say, don't even focus on the other person, or don't even focus so much on the actual race itself and who's going to be there. But I would say definitely focus on you and yourself. Be a better version of who you were yesterday. And by doing that, you could just take a step that you didn't take yesterday, right? Each step is a moment to get better. And either way, once you do get DEKAfit and once you do Spartan race, and I've had my experience with it a couple years ago as well, it's always going to be you versus you at the end of the day. And no matter if you're doing it in a workout or in a controlled environment or non-controlled environment, it's always going to be you versus you, and you're trying to achieve to become the best version of you.
Exactly. We have on our board as the next talking point saying that there is no good or bad time. So Dylan brought up sports and playing football. So if you're practicing Monday through Saturday and then you're playing on Sunday, no one's ever said, you know what, this isn't a good time for us to play. We're not ready.
Right.
We're not ready.
Yeah.
No, the time is the time.
Right.
You know you're playing on Sunday.
Yeah.
So be prepared for it. So the key is no one is over your shoulder as an individual exerciser saying, Spartan race is your time. You have to make that personal choice to attend that to know if you can or cannot do it. All right. So there's no organized league saying that.
Yeah.
So you have to make that time. And a lot of what Alfredo was saying is that there's fear, and fear comes in many avenues. It could be the fear that you think that you can't complete it, the fear that you might be making an embarrassing spectacle of yourself around other people in public. So the body is flawless, but it's the mind that gets in your way.
Right.
Valid.
So get the mind out of your way, remove the speed bump and the obstacle, and just freaking do it. That's it. There is no good or bad time. It's just time. So how do you know where you've gone if you didn't know where you came from? All right?
Yeah.
And that's it. It's just about natural organic progression. And with consistent exercise, like any athlete, through repetition, you will improve. All right? So
Yeah. Every once in a while, you got to just push the pedal a little bit more, a little bit more, a little bit more. And it's not about taking these massive leaps. It's literally about just consistently pushing it forward a little by little, day by day, week by week, month by month. Right?
Of course. So, all of our Turf Talks have some kind of end result or call to action. So starting this week, we have our Spartan DEKA obstacle course preparation month. So for 2 times a week over the course of the next 4 weeks, we're hosting preparatory workouts specifically to perform and execute the Spartan race itself or the Spartan DEKA, which is a 10-factor workout with a 500-meter run between each zone. All right, so as you can see, we have some really cool oblong objects. We have kettlebells. We have these weighted barrels, the Spartan Rams. So these are the piece of equipment that we'll use to get you prepared for it, okay? Our program runs until April 22nd, and then without coincidence, The Spartan DEKA weekend is April 24th and 25th here in West Boca Raton. So if you are certainly interested, there's still time to register for our prep course twice a week over the course of the next 4 weeks. So you get 8 workouts. And they're also giving you individual accountability workouts to do. And you can actually do them during the free time open hours here at Gravity and Oxygen. It's not too late to sign up. It begins Wednesday night at 5:30. And on behalf of our team, anything you want to talk about the course, about what to expect with our workouts?
What do you mean specifically?
As far as what kind of programming they might see, the team camaraderie.
Well, definitely you're gonna be around a group of people that wants to achieve the same goals you do.
Like-minded individuals.
Exactly, and that's to prepare for the race, which you will be doing and you will enjoy at the end of the day. So sign up. But at the end of the day, I just think it's gonna be an awesome experience to kind of get a gist of what's gonna happen in the race. A lot of the things that we've been doing so far, even with our group classes, we've been practicing a lot of what you'll see in the DEKAfit, and so we obviously have the RAM as one of the examples. And so one of the movements that you'll probably see is let's show them what a RAM reverse lunge look like, right? And so having it behind the head and just go ahead and step back into that lunge and coming up, and that's just one of the things that you'll also see into the program and training, or maybe a RAM burpee.
Bam.
Chest to ground, press up.
Right.
Nothing like a good burpee.
Right.
How about box jump ups or step ups?
Oh,
Absolutely.
step ups. All right, step over.
Good.
Onto the other side, same thing as well.
Show me a hop there, strong guy.
Oh, hop.
Oh my goodness. Exactly. So these are some of the functional activities that they've incorporated in the zones of the Spartan DEKA that also apply to life. So what we do, once again, inside the walls of a gym that has not always been around since the dawn of time, is meant to be applied outside. Whether you're ocean swimming, bike riding, chasing your children, or performing an obstacle course race. All right? We can guide you and lead the way and remove that mental roadblock to get you to physically succeed and do that. Okay? And then we encourage you, if you've done it, to then try to do it a second time to confirm or validate your improvement upon that same activity. All right? As always, for our incredible team here at Gravity and Oxygen, we thank you for watching our Turf Talk Tuesday. Be on the lookout for future episodes. And way to go, buddy. First time. You did quite well. We'll let you come back.
You sure?
Yeah. Because Dylan said so. All right, cool.
Adios, guys.
Bye, guys.
Take
Good
care.
energy always wins.